Ladies, gentlemen, Speakerhead Squad, what is going on? It is your boy Speakerhead, and welcome back to another video. Within the past few years, Legend Scale Transformers have vastly been growing in popularity in the Transformer collecting community. And it's pretty insane to see how far they've come within the past few years, going from cheap looking figures to rivaling their masterpiece counterparts in more ways than one. Through all the different Legend Scale companies we currently have, we get a bunch of fantastic figures that are all great in their own ways. But as many of us know, every company isn't perfect and all have flaws in one way or another. So today I thought it'd be fun to try to combine multiple different traits from each company and make the ultimate Legend Scale figure. Now before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know that if you enjoy any of the music in this video, it's all part of my music label, Speakerhead Studios. All the music on this label is 100% royalty free, so go ahead and use it for any of your content creating needs. Also, if you ever want to catch me live, I do stream over at Speakerhead Live on YouTube, so come say hey. What's going on, everybody? Speakerhead from the future here, because past me forgot to mention a couple things. First off, I do want to mention that all these traits that I say are the best are my personal opinion on the best traits for each company. So if I don't mention a company that you think is best for that trait, don't get mad at me, because once again, this is just my personal opinion on the matter. The second thing I did want to mention quick, and I did mention this in the video, is that we're mainly going for a G1 style for this Legend Scale figure. Obviously, if we decide to go for more of a stylized approach for the figure, we would go for more Iron Factory's look, because they do some excellent styles for their figures. I did want to mention it again at the beginning of the video because I wanted to make sure people understood that we were going for more of a G1 style for this figure. The final thing I want to mention is if anyone wants to make any videos talking about their ultimate Legend Scale figure, please let me know and link it in the description below, because I'd really like to see what other people think is the best traits out there. I'd like to hear other people's opinions on this matter, because I don't think people talk about it that much, and it'd be really interesting to see what other people thought would be the best Legend Scale figure. Sorry about all the extra rambling, I really just wanted to make sure that this all got in the videos somewhere, because I did miss it talking about it in the past. But now that I finally got all that junk out of the way, let's finally get into the discussion. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into the discussion. Now, in order to make the ultimate Legend Scale figure, I had to split each trait into multiple different categories. These categories are going to include robot mode, materials, paint job, posability, transformation, robot mode, and finally the overall size of the figure. So all the different companies we're going to be taking these traits from are going to be Iron Factory, New Age, Magic Square, and McFans Toys. But now that we got all those details out of the way, let's get into the actual traits and making the ultimate Legend Scale figure. To start off, let's talk about the overall appearance of the robot mode. When it came to the robot mode, it was really hard to choose from because every single company has fantastic molds for the robot mode. But after a lot of hard thinking, I narrowed it down to a blend of New Age and Magic Square. Because both companies have fantastic looking robot modes, but there are some things that each company does a little better than the other. For example, for most figures, I like the design of Magic Square better, but I do like the slimmer appearance of New Age as well. So if I can get a combination of both those two robot modes, I think I'd make the ultimate Legend Scale figure. So like I said, when it comes to the robot mode, we'll go for a blend of New Age and Magic Square. Now talking about the materials this figure should use, it was a hard decision between Iron Factory and New Age, but I had to give it to New Age for this one. The overall plastic that New Age uses for their figures is just fantastic, and it really feels solid to the hand. On top of that, New Age likes to incorporate some die cast into some of their figures. And because of this, it makes a lot of their figures have a really quality, hefty feel compared to many other Legend Scale figures. But because of these reasons, I had to give the materials to New Age. Now talking about the paint job of the figure, once again, I have to give it to New Age for this one. Pretty much every single one of their figures is painted head to toe, and the paint looks absolutely stunning on every single one of their figures. Seriously, every single New Age figure I get, I am blown away by the paint job. A good example is I just got New Age Tier, aka Cyclonus, and this guy's paint job is insane. I absolutely love it. But because New Age does such a fantastic job with their paint jobs, I knew I had to add it to our ultimate Legend Scale figure. Now moving on to posability for the figure, it was a really tough choice once again, but I had to give it to Magic Square for this one. A lot of Magic Square figures already have really fantastic articulation, but some of their newest figures have incredible articulation. Some of the ones that pop into my head right away are going to be their newest Optimus Prime 2.0 and their Ironhide releases, because those have the best articulation in a Legends figure I have ever seen. In fact, the articulation on these guys are so good it easily surpasses their masterpiece counterparts. And even though most of the other companies do have really good articulation as well, I just had to give it to Magic Square because theirs is top of the line these days. Now moving on to the transformation for the figure, I would personally like to see a blend of Iron Factory and New Age for this. I really like the transformation on both of these figures, and I really couldn't decide on which I wanted to choose more, so I wanted to do a blend of each. because Iron Factory's transformations are just really fun, but then New Age also has some really clever transformations, so I'd really like to see that blend. But because of that, I'd like to see a blend of Iron Factory and New Age transformations. When it comes to the alt mode, I would personally like to see a blend of Magic Square and New Age because both of their alt modes are stunning. There's not been an alt mode from either of these companies that have disappointed me yet, so I'd really like to see a blend of both. And something I do want to mention is that we're mainly sticking to a G1 style here, but if you wanted to add any style to this, obviously we want a blend of Iron Factory because all of their figure styles are fantastic. I love the look of all these figures. But like I said, we're mainly sticking to a G1 style, so that's why we want to do a blend of New Age and Magic Square for this one. Now finally, moving on to the size of our Ultimate Legend scale figure, this is where McFans Toys is finally going to come into play. Many people's complaints about Legend scale figures that they're all fantastic, but they're all a little too small for their personal liking. I'd say if you made Legend scale figures a little bit bigger, probably to the size of where McFans Toys is currently standing, there would be a lot bigger market for it. Because at that point, it's getting a lot closer to mainline scale, so people would really enjoy that scale much more. I do like a lot of McFans Toys figures because they are KO oversized versions of Magic Square figures, and they do have some of their original releases. One that comes to mind is their Huge Dragon, aka Omega Supreme, which is a really nice figure. So if we can make a Legend scale figure that has all the great traits of every single other company and make them the size of McFans Toys, I think we would really have the ultimate Legend scale figure. But with that last category, that's going to be all the traits we need to make the ultimate Legend scale figure. I'm sorry, that was dumb. But let's just go over every single trait again. When it comes to the robot mode, I'd like to see a blend of New Age and Magic Square. When it comes to the materials, I'd like to see New Age just because of that die cast they use. When it comes to the paint job, we went with New Age because it is just fantastic. Hello, it is I yet again. For the posability of the figure, we went with Magic Square. When it comes to the transformation, we went with a blend of Iron Factory and New Age. When it came to the vehicle mode, we wanted to go with a blend of New Age and Magic Square. When it came to the size of the figure, we went with McFans Toys because we wanted that slightly larger size for all of our Legend scale. And then like I did mention before, if you did want any stylization to this, we would add Iron Factory to either robot mode or alt mode. But with that, that's going to be my personal Ultimate Legend scale figure. Let me know what you guys think down below and let me know your Ultimate Legend scale figure. Then once again, if you guys did enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe because it really does help me out. And finally, if you want to listen to some nice lo-fi or just support me in general, all the links for my music label will be in the description below. But that's going to be it for me, guys, so I'll catch everyone in the next one. Peace.